Let's see. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 20. It's 2135. Doubleshot 2029. Got two Aquamen related trades. First up we have is Black Manta. Yes, Black Manta had a miniseries in 2021. Written by Chuck Brown. The whole point of this miniseries is to set up the Aquamen series, which I'll be discussing that next. Black Manta is simply put. Does this explore Black Manta's like backstory? No, it just adventure with him where he just. It's just basically just a story with him involving like various creature, like him basically being a badass. Like it's almost like he was in retirement and he kind of had to come out of retirement to put on his suit again. That's kind of put what exactly this series is. Basically, he has to come out of retirement to deal with whatever threat basically is. It's like he's a villain. I think he had been retired at this point in time, so they decided to bring him out of retirement. So aside from Black Manta, everyone else is mostly just original characters. It just, you can kind of think of it as, oh, let's see Black Manta be a badass. We also see Dr. Sheen. Yes, who... Yeah, and apparently, in case you hear about Dr. Sheen is a character from Jeff Johns' run from Aquaman, and I believe this is the first time since that run he's shown up in here. And that's him. He's basically an Asian doctor, and you might be curious, though. Here's a fun fact about the actor who plays him in the Aquaman movie, that the actor who plays him also played Johnny Woo in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yep, same guy. Yeah. Not the first time this has happened where you have an actor play two completely different comic book characters in two separate movies come out the same year. Because I think Ant-Man and the Wasp came in the same year. Because the only time I've seen this happen was when Josh Brolin played Thanos and Cable in both Deadpool 2 and Avengers. I think it was Avengers Endgame, I believe it was. Actually, I think it was Avengers Infinity. Yeah, it was Infinity War. So... Semi's errands, just basically just a good miniseries. Also, he takes on the Gentleman Ghost. Yes, the Gentleman Ghost, an old Hawkman villain, which is interesting to say the least. So it's almost like that Chuck Brown is developing him as an anti-hero, kind of. But it does lead the way to the Aquaman series. I'll get to that. Don't worry. But yeah, this book is just really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I give this book of course, basic Aquaman does show up in here. I give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. It is really good. Next up is Aquamen, a series that lasted for 6 issues, written by Chuck Brown and Brandon Thomas. Basically, Aquaman becoming a Black Manta led to this very series, where it's basically a team-up book of Aquaman, the original one, Arthur Curry, Jackson Hyde, also Aquaman, along Black Manta. And it basically feels like a regular Aquaman book that basically you expect from DC Comics at this point in time. It's fine. I have no problem with it. Of course, we've ended the cover. Sadly, this book lasted 6 issues, though someone had to think it'd be a good idea to say this was a limited series, despite the fact this was ongoing when this was announced. Yes, seriously. Now, in the solicits when this book was first announced a couple years ago, it said it wasn't on. It didn't say. I didn't see 1 of 6. No, I didn't see in the solicits. Yeah, this is another time basically DC just lies and says, "Oh, it's an ongoing series," despite the fact that it was really just a limited series. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people are not happy with it. And in story, there's actually a reason why the book ended. I'll get to that. So, we deal with the threat, basically, that has up these 3 teaming up with each other. And it's done really well in here. And it's also that Atlantis is no longer a thing ruled by a monarchy. The monarchy has been abolished. And a republic has taken its place. the former Aqualad, current Aquaman's boyfriend. He is now the ambassador that we got injured. Garth shows up in this series. Yes, Garth. The former Aqualad and currently Tempest, who was previously seen in the previous Aquaman book. And apparently the way this thing is written, it seems like that the way that Jackson Hyde and Garth know each other for a long time, despite the fact these two only met each other 5 years prior to this. Yeah, it's almost like these two grew up together, kind of. Here's much interesting happened in this book. Oceanmaster is here. He gets captured. And he also gets briefly tortured by Jackson Hyde. Yes. Now, in the case of Andy, who was Aquaman Mira's daughter, she doesn't do much in this series, but it's always good to see her. I'm trying to think what else. Also, apparently, Aquaman himself dies off screen. You're probably thinking, what is the purpose of having Aquaman apparently die off screen? Why is he not killed in the book? You might ask. Well, there's a reason for that. Justice League number 75, written by Josh Williamson, where he basically killed the entire Justice League in the final issue of that book. Yes, seriously. This was just after Bendis left the book. So, Neketsu killed the entire freaking team, including Aquaman. Though they implied to be dead, but they're not actually dead. They actually came back at the end of Dark Crisis, where they disbanded. And now the Titans are basically taking their place for right now. Mm-hmm. But this book is just really good. I thoroughly enjoy this. I kind of wish this would last longer. If only Justice League 75 had not happened the way it did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it definitely feels like what you would expect from an Aquaman book. We even got an appearance in this book by Mr. Terrific, Michael Holt. Yep, always great to see this guy. Yep. And we also see appearance in here by Steve Trevor. Yes, who at one point was the government liaison to the Justice League. Currently, I believe he's the director of the Revive Argus. Yep. I mean, you can definitely describe reading this book. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely oh yeah, and also Garth and Tallulah, who's Aquaman's stepsister. Yes, his stepsister. They're dating this continuity. Oh yeah, they're dating. So whatever story was going to the book is wrapped up in issue 6, and of course Aquaman's killed off screen. Because just like 75. Yep. So yeah, they all kind of mourning his death even though he's not really dead. But this book was really good. Yes. Yes, it was. And in my opinion, I think ending the book at the time was actually a bad idea. Why, you might ask? Because I mean, there's more you could tell with the book. I mean, you could have kept Jackson Hyde as the Aquaman. Nope, because Arthur Curry is dead. Gotta cancel the book. I mean, was the book canceled low sales? I highly doubt it. I mean, this book was the way it was written, and I love the way the book was written. It's like, whatever you liked about any previous run for Aquaman in the last decade, it's in this book. And it kind of really basically, there is some minor political stuff here, but that's minor compared to the actually good storytelling here. Now, this is another book that critical thinking he thought it was really bad to the point DC canceled due to low sales. No, the book is actually pretty good. Yes, I have watched Critical Thinking's videos. I think that some of his opinions are completely stupid. Well, I shouldn't say they're stupid. It's just that they're completely out of left field. And in my opinion, even if he says the book is bad, check it for yourself. That's my honest opinion when it comes to that. Because he has completely different opinions than I do. Like, he thought that Jeffrey Thorne, the guy who previously wrote the previous Green Lantern, he thought that he destroyed the foundation of the Green Lantern stuff. No, he didn't. That's a lie. That never happened. I have no idea where he came up with that at all. He also applied Brandon Thomas as a bad writer. I read this book, I'm like, no. That's another lie right there. He also basically apparently is not a big fan of Stephanie Phillips of what her writing for Harley Quinn. He thinks that her writing is terrible. I'm like, have you read the book? He also describes Ram V, who is a really good writer, as an okay writer. And also Margaret Tamakagi, who had a really good run for a Detective comic. This is just my opinion. His guy was okay, and he felt as though that the Shadow the Bat story arc, which basically took up the last dozen or so issues of her run, which basically was weekly, he thought that exposed her as being a really bad writer. I'm like, are you freaking stupid, dude? Yes, this is why a lot of the time I don't really care to watch his videos a lot of the time, because his opinions are not that good. Like, okay, it's his opinion, fine, whatever. But don't take his opinion as the main opinion when it comes to DC Comics. Yeah, he may not like some of the stuff DC Comics. I do agree with him one book that's really bad. Tim Drake Robin, the book is awful. I've read it. It's bad. Really bad. And it's a book that DC should never publish. But this Aquaman book, it should have lasted longer. If only what happened just like 75 would not have happened. Yes. That just, like I said, just my opinion. You can, if you watch this video, it's fine. If you agree with his opinion, fine. But my recommendation first, read the books he's talking about and form your own opinion on it. Because I have already disagreed on several books, basically, of his opinions. I don't agree with his opinions a lot of the time. Sales-wise, I don't mind agreeing with him on that, but the stuff about the books themselves, like the content of the books, yeah, I do disagree with those. Yes, I do. Yep. But yeah, that's particular view. Next up is going to be My Hero Academia. And yes, there is a new episode for that one. And then after that, we're also going to do another comic corner and review for the One Piece manga. Along with, and then after that, it'll be Trigon Stampede, Case Closed, Baruto, and that's pretty much it for today. Okay, next video. Bye.